Hello, everyone. This is NDC joining again for another Reactor from MLP Season 9, Episodes 24 and 25, the last two-parter. They're not the last episode, but we'll save that for another day. Joining me again is, going by Skype odd order, Daylover.
Hello, everybody. Dale over here. I can't wait for this. I think it's going to be awesome. I don't know. And sorry for us not watching the last episode. It's my fault, but yeah, next.
All right. Second.
Hey there, I'm the second opinion. And from a critic first and a fan second, what can you even say in big moments such as these?
Hooray.
Right. And then next, Jen.
Hello, this is Jen. I've got my popcorn over here and my wait a minute, what is that? I've got my big old thing of tissues over here because I have a feeling I will be needing both.
Yeah. And your Cheeto bread.
Well,
I just kicked my headphones off. That was so fun.
Wow.
I think, if I'm knowing the general format, you'll probably have to save the tissues for the last react for this with the epilogue thing.
Yeah.
So, you might as well ask before we go on, how informed are you about the last few episodes in terms of know nothing, know a few spoilers, or have seen it?
I have not seen it, and I've been dodging spoilers left and right like Neo dodges bullets in the Matrix.
Yay. So
they tried to come at me with knives, but yet I persevered and stayed like Jon Snow and know nothing.
Yeah, that's great.
All right.
Besides, it's more fun to be like Tyrion. You drink and know things.
Oh, yeah.
So how about you, second in day?
We watched it together.
All right, so you two have seen the episodes.
Yes.
All right. Like I said, last time we couldn't record a react last week. Yeah, I understand. It's going into fun stuff, so it's no problem. I just want to inform the audience what level of spoilers. Haven't watched the episode, but I'm aware of spoilers because of YouTube and also just grabbing the episodes and having to verify them. They work. So I do know some spoilers in general format, but I haven't actually watched the episodes myself.
Okay, that's good.
So good roundabouts to cover all the bases and how we're going in. All right, is everyone ready with episode 24?
Yes, ready.
24.
All right. Press play in 3, 2, 1, play.
Yay, Kim Cartoon.
Kim Cartoon.
Good loud.
Woohoo.
Here we go.
Bigger pony. You're not fooling anybody.
Well, she's fooling this guy.
Yeah, that's true.
I almost forgot. All they have to do is say unfounded rumors, and the ponies go, suspicious. I'm prejudiced now.
Yeah. Well, it also happens like that in real life. Yeah.
Oh, bloody, really?
Yeah. Yeah, you tell us. Oh, love is strong.
Evo!
Everybody got that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, it's a good hiding spot.
Yeah, it is. Ooh. Ew.
It's funny because he is an old goat.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. And here you go, ringing the bell.
You can ring my bell. Ring my bell.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so they all get a power-up form just like Tyr
Oh,
does.
no.
And Cozy's an Alucard.
Oh,
Yay!
no! No! Oh,
Cozy Alucard.
Evil! Evil! Kill it with sight! Kill it with fire! Kill it with something! Kill it with something! I don't care what it is, anything! Nightmares. This is all nightmares. Nightmares. This is all nightmares. This is all terrible.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Somebody hurry up and kill Closing Glow!
Legion of Doom.
Meanwhile, the Legion of Doom.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's
Oh,
time
so
for the
creepy.
moment of truth.
Yeah.
Was Gogar really on top of the situation?
Yeah.
Evil!
Mm-hmm. I like that she became more
Christmas is-
spidery. They're evil. Here we go.
Well, is the big villain a black payoff, or
Discord?
what's the...
What do you say, Jill?
Discord?
Yeah. Mm.
What?
Yeah, now they have
How about
all
that?
of this chaos magic.
What a twist!
What the twist?
You mean that was real? The Discord was...
Yes.
Yep, you did see what you thought you saw.
Yes. And now he's going to go.
And they sucked out his powers, too.
Yes. Yes. So they have chaos magic
See
now.
that?
Oh, no.
Mm-hmm. Aw, Spike.
I would have liked their reason to be more ceremonious, I will say.
Mm. Mm. Aw. Mm.
I mean, just sort of making official what he actually was.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hooray! Oh,
Yay.
look at that. No ponies out. They did a good job with like freaking ponies out. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Ain't you acting so off?
Did she just troll her?
Yeah.
She just trolled her.
Aw.
Mm-hmm.
She just trolled Rarity. Nice.
You're taking after your mentor after all, Twilight.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Or so the memes would have us believe. I don't know if I ever fully bought that. The whole Celestia's a troll thing.
Oh, so we know, like, okay, designers are going to lock themselves in and don't want to talk with you when they're good to
Oh.
know.
Some do that. Some do that.
That's true. Oh. Mm-hmm. True that.
Yep.
Dun.
Oh.
We'll make sure Equestria stays great.
Well, that could actually be nice, but no, don't need that.
This is where I wish, they'd go somewhere with the whole prejudice is happening and all that. Like, it seems like they've, for a while now, have wanted to do that without fully committing.
Pink.
So Pinky kind of wins out of that.
Yeah, that's true. Gotta give it to him. He walked all of that way.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Just the teeniest?
Yeah. Yep. What?
Mm-hmm. Great. Discord. Great.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Discord!
Are you serious, Discord?
Yes.
Yeah, so, wanted to test everyone the whole time.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Yeah.
But it's not the truth.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go there. Don't get... Discord had nothing to do with at least the first 4 seasons.
Well, I understand her being frustrated and thinking that.
I mean, it's like they're gonna try to play it as...
Mm-hmm.
Well, no.
Well.
What?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep.
A little selfish there. Like his Chrysalis voice.
Actually, that is kind of slick on Discord's part, that when he realized they weren't following him, he came back to eavesdrop.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
True.
Lord of Chaos training rules.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is what... Get that they're doing the whole, wait, can we really believe in ourselves? None of our successes were real, except for, like, half the seasons this show has been on the air still.
Mm-hmm. This is actually a good plan, like sending it to the pillars and
Yeah.
all the ponies.
So it would seem.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Wow, great. Uh-huh.
I don't know, Turek, didn't you?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Maybe he was powered by other things as well. Oh, yeah. Jen, you're going to like this.
I am?
Yeah.
Oh, no. What's happening? What's happening? Everything! Oh, what in the hell is going on? Yeah, take it back, please.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Ugh. I still want to send her to Tartarus, though.
Yeah, that's true.
What is all this nightmare fuel happening?
Strike first, strike hard, no mercy.
Yeah, I was waiting for that moment because I knew that Jen was going to freak out. I'm so sorry. That was funny.
Right. Yeah, right. Not sorry, but I understand the amusement. What? That could have been a fun idea for her setting her loose on Equestria, though.
Oh, yeah.
And
Except,
Dum, dum, dum.
you've got to be kidding me.
No.
Well, see. Well, wow.
That's true.
Yep.
Well,
I have fun with my alicorn, I know.
Oh, you. Stop it.
Y'all are cute.
Ain't I, though?
Yeah. Yes, you are. Oh, here we go. Turek.
All right. So,
Let's see what
Turek,
the pillars can do.
Oh, no.
Elements of harmony.
Fight.
Starship, you might want to, run or something.
If you're an Earth mover, tell me you can do better than that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm afraid not, no. And here we go.
Sucking pretty hard so far.
Wah.
Strength nothing. And it would appear they were more the prototypes
Whoa.
than the...
And this is actually really interesting to me, like he became younger.
Well, he became his old, good-for-nothing self.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, young man 6 helping. And now the next fight.
Nice poem, though.
I would have rather seen Starlight and Trixie tag team Chrysalis, I think.
Aww.
Yeah, it would be more fun with a one-on-one, since it was Starlight that kind of.
I mean, granted, you don't buy for a second that Starlight can beat her, but this next part is actually pretty awesome.
Give him a good fight.
Yeah.
Now that's good use of what you got. No. No.
Don't stand still.
Yeah, keep going. Good job. Yes!
Has some good one-liners.
That's good.
Alright, well, Starlight does a better job than all 6 of the original pillars.
Well, yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Ah!
I forgot, like, it was creepy looking with her and, like, the tentacle things.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Well, we all know that. Well, this is going to go very well, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
3 alicorns on 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There you go.
Celestia and Luna can't ever be.
Don't be useless at this point. Oh, come on.
Hmm. Uh-huh. Sneak attack.
Yes! Wait a minute, that wasn't an AK-47. Oh.
Hey!
Oh,
Roaster!
It's the fun bazooka.
That'll work for now. Perfect.
Should have grabbed the bell, then this next part wouldn't have happened.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
1 success out of 3 ain't enough, it would seem.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Figures.
Maniacal laughter.
See, that sounds more compelling than what we actually saw them do.
True.
I think we saw the aftermath of what they did.
Yeah, which makes it a little bit lazy.
Boom.
Whoa! Just blasted the castle.
That's actually pretty cool. I know, like,
No, Chrysalis makes a good point.
Yeah.
You know, Chrysalis can make a good point.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Sacrificing all of your friends to.
Wow.
Yeah, the frontal assault, you think they'd have a better way. And Twilight, you think you could just teleport all of them? I mean, we've seen you can do that.
That's true.
Yay.
Ooh,
Next
action,
episode.
action. Ooh, action, action.
Go.
Ooh, action.
Alright, just sending a message to Alex and Carlos.
Let's see.
Alright.
But what are your thoughts on this episode so far? Even though I guess
We're loving the action though. Loving the action though. I still cannot wait until Cozy Glow's demise. It is only gonna make it more sweet, right? Oh God!
Well, I won't spoil anything.
No.
But,
oh God, she's an alicorn. Kill it with fire! All of it! Stop!
It was just like, I'm sorry, but it was still priceless to have Jenn react to Cozy Glow becoming a mega giant alicorn.
First first she's an alicorn. Now that she's a giant evil alicorn, the nightmares are just empire. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I found something. No. Quibble Pants wasn't annoying. This is just plain terrifying.
And did you see her magic? What she did make?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, like
pineapples. That's eating.
Oh well, it could have been worse. It could have been like watermelons or something.
Oh, I gotta make fan out of that.
Great. Man-eating watermelons?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. This is an episode, I will say, that's staged very, very well. That action escalates exactly as it should.
Yes.
It's very fun. It's creative. It's very good, smart, thoughtful choreography.
Yes.
Where I less than totally buy it is I guess if anything, just like the way it sets itself up with the full picture, the character arc, the thematic arc. There's like blind spots in it, like Twilight, that they like her whole. Well, we might see more of this one in the second half, so I'll save it. But the thing about turning ponies against each other, the prejudice themes. It's like they want to tell us how they did that without actually having to take the time to prove what it looks like when somebody does that. To
I will say they at least did
interesting, make a good impression of that. What that looks
I will say they at least did a better job of it than the last Chrysalis two-parter, where she was like, oh, we just captured all the princes and all that offhand. Well, here we actually get to see some of their espionage work beforehand.
Yeah.
So that's
good.
And it's
the last Chrysalis, as in the where they were trying to plan the sun celebration or whatever it was, and the something celebration, and it was.
He made the Mean Six, yeah.
No, not the Mean Six.
No?
Or do you mean the Mean Six, DC?
I don't know.
No, I mean the Suicide Squad version, where it's like the finale, where it's like Starlight Glimmer.
I apologize.
Starlight Glimmer, Trixie, Thorax, and Discord.
Yeah, well,
That's a good episode.
Funny you should bring that up. I did actually find myself comparing this to that a lot, and I think we'll find that they both have their strengths that way. But again,
it's actually really good. It's actually really good espionage work that they did. Sorry.
Jen.
Yes.
Jen.
Yes.
What do you think about Discord being Grogar all along? Must have been really frustrating for you. I remember when I saw that the first time, I was just like, what? That doesn't make any sense.
I am still reeling about that.
Yeah.
I know the funny thing.
Wow. Did not see that coming.
Yeah, the funny thing is, way back in the last Discord theme, well, not the last, but the one where I think the last time the evil trio were working together, maybe I think I was me, and also I think second I was just because I was like, what was the odd? Is one of the interesting sort of Discord was this Grogar the whole time.
Yeah. I remember that.
We brushed off. The funny thing is we record that the very next day is where the Netherlands, the Dutch leaks happened. So we actually was that's just priceless.
Totes predicted it.
Now you know what the Pidge. Now you understand what the Pidge thing did for me.
Yeah, I remember I saw somebody made a fan theory about how Discord could be Grogar, or Grogar could be the one that's steering Discord and using his magic. And I was just when I saw this, I was just like, oh, you actually got it. Fan theory that came true.
Remember when everyone thought Discord was Star Swirl?
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that theory.
Yeah,
I remember that theory. That was a real stretch, but still fun.
This is a stretch too, but also fun. I
Yeah,
guess.
I mean, I think the Discord is Grogar merits are mixed. Like, there's, yeah, it has its ups and downs, but I mean, it is kind of fun to think that Discord, who normally, like, for all his cockiness, is hands off about throwing his power around, like, physically, to think that to play the part of Grogar, he
Right.
full committed. He was like throwing them around the room. Like, I am more powerful than any of you.
I'm just surprised that Discord would even do that. I'm like, the only thing I could think of was why? How?
Yeah.
What?
But like he explained,
He really hasn't changed.
why.
See?
But I was
No,
just
he
like, I
has-
was thinking what could have made sense. What if like he tried to make them become friends and become friends with the main six, like reform them by himself to prove to the main six how much he actually, learned from them and all of that good stuff. But his own explanation about why he did it, it doesn't make any sense to me.
No. It
It's
does not
her
make
Twilight.
it makes
I mean,
no
like
sense.
they've been getting off on the whole Discord tests people. He's Q.
Yeah, but
Well,
I
still,
think
though,
they're,
this
they're
is
in
too
this
much.
case yeah, I understand you'd test them, but geez, I really thought in this part that was really unnecessary, but you wouldn't have the action of this episode if it didn't happen. And I'll admit that, and darn it all, that was a fantastic twist. That was a fantastic twist. Did not see coming.
We could still have the action though, even if Discord was just like, well, I tried to get them together and reform them, make them friends, so I could show you how everything, and my plan went wrong, and now they're all coming with all of the power.
That would be an even more interesting twist if that were true. That would be even more interesting. But I just gotta say, the Starlight versus Chrysalis fight. That's the best fight of this episode so far. Best fight.
Yeah.
And Starlight, I like it. Starlight held her own, and she was finally using the teleportation magic as she should have been using.
Yeah. It's like it's creativity instead of just, okay, well, the bigger beat stick wins.
Okay,
right.
Next
only sad thing is like Chrysalis. Who the hell told Chrysalis to give? Who the hell said, yeah, give Chrysalis some tentacles?
Yeah.
That's kind of.
We all want that.
No.
We all want that, Jenn.
No, we don't. No, we
But
don't.
just going back to what was said, I believe Discord has changed. Like he has that because he's not doing this from malicious intent. He is doing it with a good reason. Is he stupid behind this idea? Absolutely.
Yeah.
This plan was a very stupid idea, but
smarter than that.
It's a little, by now I think like they're doing it for their own convenience more than anything.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm
shocked Discord would even do that. That just seems like a dumb move on his part. That's
it's a dumb, arrogant move. Or essentially, he thought like, oh, I'll just have this final challenge. Like, if anything gets too serious, I can just snap my fingers and like fix it. He didn't realize like, oh yeah, he sort of set up a situation where he might not be able to snap his fingers and fix everything.
Right. The one time where he didn't have like the upper hand. Another time that he didn't have the upper hand. How about that?
I would say perhaps he got too confident from how many problems they've solved before that he sort of exponentially tried to throw them a more exponentially difficult challenge.
Yeah.
I think it's like.
Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
I think it's actually one of the not dangerous or risky is like if they didn't find Grogar's bell and work together, like if it wasn't for that, like yeah, they could have still caused a lot of problems. But he literally still could snap his fingers and fix it. It's just like he was so arrogant, is like that they wouldn't work together and like that just sort of backfired horribly for him.
Right. A plan for Discord that actually backfires. If that were the case, he were trying to do this to prove to the main six that I've changed. See, I've reformed these villains. But also, here's the thing: why? Okay, wait a minute. Never mind. I thought, why the hell would Discord care about about reforming villains, but then I thought, because he wants to get in good with, he wants to get even better with Fluttershy.
Twilight and Fluttershy, yeah.
With
I was thinking
I mean,
that
he wasn't
could
trying
make
to reform
sense.
them. I don't think he wanted them to do the same thing they did to
No,
Sombra.
that was my idea to how it would make more sense.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I put the good idea in everybody's brains.
No, it's cool. It's cool. It's a discussion, and that's what it's meant to do. So all good, totally all good.
Episode.
Yes, yes, and I love it. This action in this is, I have not seen this kind of action. I think, wow, this good action since season 4. This is very welcome. I can't.
Now you're gonna see. This is how we do action in Uganda.
Wow.
This is how you do it, Uganda.
But yeah, the one thing I wanted to say is like I feel so sorry for the old 6
yeah, the pillars,
the Star Worlds, the pillars. They were so just like casually like brushed aside. It was,
that was terrible.
Like they were, and after finally bringing them in and like setting up how great each of them is. I mean, like I can accept giving Tyrek a curb stomping scene, because I mean, like, you know, Tyrek after his last appearance, you think they'd be trying to rein him in, like he's strong but he's not smart, or he's he needs that, like there's something wrong with him. But I mean, it's like they're surprisingly okay with letting him do all the things he was able and smart enough to do before. They just like, Chrysalis and Cozy, like, their strength is what their strength is, and Tyrek's is what his is. But yeah, it really feels like the pillars got the shaft.
Yeah, I agree.
I think they were trying to highlight more of the fact, not that the pillars were like weak, but more of the fact that how the villains had gotten that strong. Yep. Although the pillars didn't really put up that much of a fight, so it kind of falls flat.
Yeah, that's what's sad. That's what sucks about it, and especially Star Swirl, with all the build-up we had over these years about Star Swirl. It's disappointing to see.
And also, like, we had an episode where Star Swirl helped Celestia and Luna defend against the forest, where they were overpowered. But I guess like that was all 3 of them together. But
I do appreciate that they don't repeat the formula of like, good guys put up a good fight, bad guys still win. It's just like, I don't know if they, I just. Maybe some acknowledgement of why the pillars are the pillars, at least.
Yeah, that could be nice. Yeah. The next episode, please.
Yep. Ready.
Yes.
Maybe. Okay. I'll admit the only spoiler I had was I did find a screenshot of that thing where Pinky was shooting something at Cozy Go, but somebody had doctored it to make it look like it was like an M16.
Nice.
Oh really? Sorry, but
it was a cannon, but it was a party cannon. I'm like,
got her hopes up, whoever you are. Shame on you.
No, perfect. Oh, the only thing is like, that's not an M16. Oh man, now it got me all excited.
All right, does everyone have episode 25 up?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Nope.
All right. All right. Oh no.
Oh no.
No, like, just give me 1 second. My mouse decided to die on me. So.
No. Well, you have a cat. Don't let the cat eat the mouse.
Yeah, its batteries are low, but still at like 10%, so I assume. Yeah, I just had to switch out the battery to my keyboard and my mouse. Just give me 1 second.
The cat could be like, you call this a mouse, yet I cannot eat this. What is this, human?
The mouse is a mouse, and the keyboard is a keyboard cat.
Yay. So the keyboard cat could eat the mouse?
And the cat could be like, I don't understand his accent.
So what happens when a keyboard cat eats a mouse?
What happens?
I don't know. It clicks away.
Then you have no more mouse.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no! It becomes the red button on the laptop keyboards.
It becomes the red button.
Yeah.
The little thing that you can use as a mouse.
Oh yeah, that's true.
What is the punchline, guys? I don't know, because it clicks away.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well played.
All right, let me see.
Well played, good sir.
Well,
All right, let's see. Mouse. Just checking the battery levels.
I love the idea the computer's like,
33.
you call it a mouse, yet I cannot eat this.
And the keyboard's now dead.
Oh, well.
The cat got it. Oh,
The
dear.
cat
Well,
got
I
it.
So
don't
what else
need
can
the
we say
keyboard
about this
necessarily,
episode?
but I might have to have some of you like message Carlos afterwards just to say, hey, you can jump in the discussion now. Just because I can't use my keyboard at this second.
Wow.
Oh, dear.
Can't play
Cozy
the keyboard.
It's Cozy Glow's fault. See? Her
Yeah.
evil is penetrating this world. Kill it!
She made the...
Actually, I'll probably just have to grab my backup batteries. But anyway, all right, are you ready for episode 25?
Ready?
Yes.
All right, press play in 3, 2, 1, play.
Please, will there be some
Yes,
please let there be some
cartoon.
M16s pointed at that abomination.
No.
Maybe
Mm.
better.
Yeah.
I'll take better. I'll take better. Anything!
Mm-hmm. Recaps. Recaps. Yes, we know. What a twist. Mm-mm.
Nice. I like that.
Oh.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings references were awesome to see once upon a time. I don't know if it's just the cynic in me, but it feels like this. Now it's become like, references to stuff like that equals money.
Oh, it's good.
Some of the references in these two episodes I kind of missed the first time I saw it.
Yeah. Here we go.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Oh
Oh boy, oh boy. She's in back
Hello,
oh boy,
Castle.
oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
That's depressing.
They done blasted out the castle. Whew. Evil.
Mm-hmm.
That's their way of saying kill is now destroy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm really disappointed they didn't bring back like Tarek's voice from season 4 finale. I really liked the deep voice.
Mm-hmm.
Whose voice?
Tarek's
T-Rex.
voice.
Okay, my keyboard is back.
Yay, welcome
Hey,
back,
Carlos.
keyboard cat.
Hey, well,
Oh, hey, Gator.
The gator. She was standing right in front of it before.
Hey, Carlos,
Well, maybe
if you
she
want,
didn't know.
if you want to, I can tell you when we reach the 5-minute mark, and then you can press play.
Wow.
You have the episode ready.
What happened?
Callers joined the...
Oh, yay! Yay! Turek slapped Cozy Glow. I'll take it. Evil.
Mm-hmm.
This is really bad.
But yes, it is.
Why are you taking a snapshot
anytime.
of us?
I'm waiting for an M16 anytime.
Yeah. Sticky, sticky.
Fire?
Mm-hmm.
What the heck?
Yeah, it's Gator. That's...
I can speak.
What?
I can speak.
All right, I was like wondering what the heck.
You disappointed Fluttershy.
Yeah.
But Carlos, you there yet?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
All right. Do you have the episode?
Hold up. I'm just putting it up right now. I'm just looking
All right.
at.
I'll tell you when we reach the 5-minute mark, and then you can press play and sync back up with us.
Yay.
Alright.
Yeah, no, Discord, this sounds bad.
Kill her!
Mm-hmm. We understand that.
Carlos, do you have the episode?
pay attention to this part.
What?
Yeah.
The friggin'
Dad.
name drop.
Yeah.
Whoa!
All of the name
Dad.
drops.
Did he?
Hmm.
Hey!
Here we go.
Speaking of using teleportation, well,
Good idea.
Yeah,
How
well,
did they not know how to use a silencing spell?
I don't know.
They
I
use it in the friggin'
Awesome.
Equestria games.
mm.
Ooh.
Oh.
What are
Go,
you guys
go,
gonna
go.
do?
Well, we did see Celestia arm wrestle Big Mac in the comics.
That's
Yeah,
true.
that's
Good
true.
Discord. Just throwing rocks.
Yeah.
Really?
Well,
Well,
what
at
can he
least
do?
he still cares about Fluttershy, so.
Mm-hmm.
Screw you guys, I'm going home.
Are we at the 5-minute mark yet?
No, we've just passed it, but moved to 6:30, and I'll tell you when we hit that moment.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, 6:30?
Yeah.
Yeah, not 6.
No, I'm just gonna tell them when we hit that point.
Oh.
When we get to
You
like
got it there,
okay,
Carlos?
no, like I have to go to 6:30.
Yeah. I'll tell you when it's at there. You ready?
Let's.
Okay, I have it set at 6:30.
All right. 3, 2, 1, play. You got it?
Yep, I got it.
right, it's playing?
Yeah, it's playing.
All right, good. We're all synced up now.
Yeah,
All of the sync.
this is literally Fallout Equestria's like a prehistoric background right now.
Yeah, almost.
Like it's kind of scary how fan fiction has kind of sort of been subtly a homage, even though that probably wasn't what was going on. They probably not. Oh, it's a cool idea to seal the sky in clouds. What could go wrong? And we're bringing
I forgot
back
about
the
them.
we forgot about
Yeah.
the relevant couple
Well, they're still in his.
and the baby monster.
Yeah, it's like, oh wait, I forgot they haven't been taken out.
Yeah.
Not yet, anyway.
Not yet, like Tyrek before.
Mhm.
It's time for the third act self-doubt. Or
It's the
pre-third
third
act,
act
I guess.
ultimate twilighting.
Mm.
Where's the violin?
Mhm.
Sad.
There is actually a violin in the background. Mm.
Yeah, except for all those times where you beat the sword, or he wasn't around, or he was captured and you still won.
Mm.
Like, that's...
No,
Why
Rainbow!
say that?
Like, this thing set itself
Oh,
up so much
Wendigo.
Now
better
the
than...
Wendigos are back. Thanks a lot, Rainbow.
Yeah. Heartwarming.
Like, this thing set
is
itself up a lot
heartwarming.
better than the season 6 finale, I thought, but, like, like, even with that, it still allows for blind spots, like the season 6 finale. So that comparison I was getting
They're
at
right up there, stupid.
was really,
Mhm.
really tight. At
Pony,
least
you have no
for the
protection
body
against it. Run.
showed us.
Well. Okay. Sandbars look determined.
Hey, look, Skybolt is there. Was Scootaloo's there?
Yeah.
There's no way this is everyone in Equestria. This is like
Well,
5%
obviously.
Meanwhile, on the Unical corner, so many recognizable faces.
Mm-hmm. Oh. I like Applejacks. So nice. Oh, that's the chance you have to take. Mm-hmm. Oh.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Pinky. No.
Very nice sentiment.
Yes, it
Mhm.
is.
Yep.
The
That
moments
is
like
Yeah, he
that,
is right about that. Rainbow lasers are pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
lines like that make you think the show's almost a little too aware of what its fan base says.
No, you three, stay out of the picture. We don't have the budget.
Yes, we don't have the care or reason.
Wait a
to add
minute!
you
Oh my
to your
gosh!
law enforcement
Use the
organization.
baby! Use the baby!
Yeah.
Why?
Use the
Wait,
baby
for
as a
tactical
flamethrower
baby
laser
use?
something. She's a born alicorn. Who knows
very
that?
well.
This was one of the references I missed.
Yeah.
That reference is like, if only Chancellor Nacy was there.
Duel.
Maybe have her freeze to death.
Crystal's just like, my hive can survive any terrain. These two will die.
Mhm.
And Tyrek being the cautious, wise one.
Mhm.
I appreciate this version of him more than season 4's only muscle up version of him.
People say that, but I think it's like because they feel the need to
What?
call something big and action packed dumb, like to show they're not taken in by it. Like right up to the end, he was outsmarting Discord. He was strategically playing on Twilight's love of her friends. Like he never really stopped being Tyrek. He was just Tyrek with lots
Right.
of
Okay.
like he was willing to use his lots of power, but he was also still willing to use his strategy.
Alrighty then. Thank you, Cody Glove.
Don't think
Twilight,
don't
you
think that
essentially
beast for
said
anything.
you can't beat us until we're dead.
Don't think that beast for anything.
No.
Yeah. Alright.
No.
No.
You can't bring that line back.
No, you can't. Because you would have done it by now.
The more peaceful ones are definitely
Here
the
you
ones to take the bell.
Yeah. Oh,
Well,
ooh, rematch.
diversion tactic.
Round
Yes.
two.
Fight!
Huh, not what I expected, but all right.
I'm going to hit
Nice.
you with this laser beam. I don't even
Yeah,
need
Pinky.
Celestial Luminous Magic for this.
Ish.
All of the duck.
Ish.
Whoa.
Oh my god,
Pinky
that's
sense.
morbid.
What?
Oh no! Don't bring back.
Plushy.
Was actually cute, plushie.
You should ask yourself that, Cozy Glow.
Don't freeze in the spot.
The bell. Grab the bell.
Ooh,
Hey.
rare spike moments. Even though the ship is dead.
Ooh.
Yeah.
go! Oh my
She's
god!
got it, but apparently it was all for naught in the first place.
Oh my god,
The
Applejack.
bell
Your
wouldn't
concentration.
budge.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Ooh.
Oh my god, Cozy.
Damn.
You guys have failed Discord. Flashlight time.
Here we go.
Oh
I'm
my
surprised they got away with this moment with
God.
Spike.
Seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was like I would definitely surrender at that moment too. Like seriously, no one does that to Spike.
Mm.
Oh my god. They're doing a Frieza moment here, guys. The Dragon Ball illusion is still real here.
Yay.
That ball. You're protected by the heavens.
They're protected by every pony else.
Oh, the unicorn!
Oh my
Tempest!
god! The movie!
Tempest!
Hey, Gildo!
Endgame this.
Derby.
And game! Oh my god, the Jameses are running recon!
Changelings.
Yes,
Yaks.
that's kind of
Smash!
we'll say.
And the dragons.
The teenage dragon is just like,
Amber!
hey, Thorax! Oh my god, the ultimate united alliance.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh.
That one bid from season 8.
Sandbar on a soapbox. Whew.
This moment right here with the Student 6, this was one of the best moments in the series. The dialogue is so well crafted.
Mm-hmm.
I just wish that it would be Yuna instead of this non-pony that we don't know anything about.
Like
I mean, I respect that it's not just
unicorn
empty platitudes,
and for the
but I mean,
Pegasus.
it
It should
goes
have been
by
like
a little
something
quick.
familiar.
Mm.
Retroactively, what's more.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Yona.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
Honest.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yay,
Also, we really hate
Ocellus.
Chrysalis.
Mm.
And now.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
There's still no way that's every creature in the world.
Well, maybe in Equestria, but yay. I really like this moment.
Oh, look.
Tempest.
Mm-hmm. Jen, you're still there? Here you go.
Triple rainbow!
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Boom!
Taste the rainbow!
Yeah, the triple rainbow.
Oh!
Mm-hmm.
Chocolate rain. Oh. Oh no!
Oh, yes.
What the hell?
Yeah, we want that, Pinky, but
No.
yeah.
Why did you take somebody to take away the bell, please?
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
About death.
Yeah, no punishment is worse than death, right?
There you go,
this
Jenn.
stuff's worse.
There we go.
Jen, this is
Jen,
for
are you
you,
happy
girl.
now?
Okay, now take a bat and blast it.
You mean a
You
sledgehammer?
mean
Yes,
sledgehammer,
thank you.
man.
Now
Sledgehammer.
take a bat and give him the Storm King ending.
Oh my god. Storm King ending. True massacre.
Yes. Okay,
I don't
where's
even
the bat?
remember what
Where's the
happened
sledgehammer?
to him anymore. He was just so forgettable. Except for
Mhm.
that, he was annoying.
Is there a sledgehammer? Sledgehammer, please. Sledgehammer.
Then again,
The punishment is to be with them for eternity.
Yeah, they're together for eternity now.
Mm-hmm.
what do you mean these creatures?
She means every pony. I mean every creature. I mean everybody.
All everyone.
All everyone.
Everyone
Yeah,
is
that was a
people.
good one.
But
Oh,
first,
Where's the sledgehammer? Come on, you have to break the statue.
It's a throwback to best day ever.
Oh, it is.
Yes. This is such a good callback. Even though
And
that
talk about
wasn't supposed to
Fallout
come out.
stuff like the
I
post
almost
how they
wish
say
now that I think about it that we'd had more moments like this, like
Mhm.
just them kind of hanging out and yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, they tried to sort of give us that, but they always kind of either drenched it in syrup or
Mhm.
made a gag
I love
out
how
of
they say post-apocalyptic. That
Yeah.
wasn't
Yeah, that's
that
how
quite
serious
apocalyptic. There wasn't even a plague. I mean, come on.
it.
No,
Every
I mean,
apocalypse has to come with a plague.
Yeah,
then again, it would have almost been famine thanks to T-Rex meddling.
Where's the sledgehammer? Why can't they just hit the statue and obliterate it?
No,
or would that
no.
bring
Because
it
they're
back?
so
Or would that
young
bring it
and
back?
Jen,
super
Jen,
anymore.
they're
She would be
supposed to break
unaware.
out and be reformed and stuff later on. Come
No.
on.
I bet
Don't
kids
turn
just give him the
careful.
Storm King ending in the movie. Like they tossed him over the cliff, he went into pieces, and that's it.
Okay.
only for
Then
movies.
Cozy wouldn't be aware that anything had happened to her. Her suffering would end.
Yes, I apologize, you guys.
Oh, no,
I'm going to go, but you have fun,
That's
okay?
All right,
All
thanks,
right,
Day
see ya.
Lover. Thanks, Day Lover,
Okay,
for
bye,
spending time.
Day.
But yeah, that finale. I mean, that two-parter day. I got some thoughts. Like, if anyone's willing for me to go first.
All right, good.
Okay. This is one of the best two-parters I've ever seen in front of the magic, and that's saying something right here when we got Twilight Kingdom on here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say this. This is not a flawless two-parter. Not a single bit. There are some problems in the machine that causes me to not give it a top tier rating. But at the same time, just the scope of it and the way it concludes, it's so top tier that it just hurts that I can't even call it top tier. For reasons such as the reveal at the beginning of this two-parter about Discord being the goat behind the wings of the frenemies group, that definitely broke some stuff. Of like, oh yeah, so these villains like we couldn't have like Grogar come in and just be like, oh, the ultimate evil that would have made like the evil three just be like, okay, we're temporarily working together, but we're still very much evil. We're kind of like sort of like anti-heroes. Like we couldn't have gone that route, but instead we went with like, yeah, we actually succeed in dethroning Grogar, which turned out to be Discord, which now means we have free reign to do whatever the heck we want now. So score. I also kind of didn't. I don't know. Like, I feel ambivalent about the whole thing about like the evil three not failing because of like their hubris about like them arguing against each other for like power and such. Like that wasn't the thing that destroyed them. But at the same time, I'm kind of happy that they didn't do that either, because that would have been so easy to foreshadow and to like see that happening in a kid show like this. But the fact that they didn't, major cojones, My Little Pony staff. Major cojones for not going down that tried and true route.
Yeah, I appreciate that too.
But and I think lastly was yeah, we didn't get Pony Civil War.
I'm glad we didn't get Pony Civil War. That would have been just terrible.
Well, I mean, if they'd set it up properly, you know, maybe there could have been some merit to it. As is, they the whole disharmony between the races and prejudice and stuff. It was a not meritless but very soft core sort of stab at such. No.
I love this. I love the action in this. Obviously, if you couldn't tell, I apologize. I was a little loud though. But yeah, the only thing that would make me not do top tier would be like, I wish they could have. Is like, I wish they could have just taken a sledgehammer to the statue, or just toss it over a cliff and have it break. But
don't worry, fan art will be there for you.
I don't know if I want fan art at this point. I mean, looking at Cozy Glow enough is to make me kind of blech, but other than that, just one last sentence, and then I've actually got to go myself. But this is how a finale is done, and wow, it's a series one, and just wow. Just wow. If you'll excuse me, I'll be off crying a little bit.
Oh.
Wait until we still have the epilogue to get through, so that's even more tearfelt.
Oh, great. Just great. But yeah, all I will have to say is that just one other little is just amazing. Everything was, the stakes were the hugest they've ever been, and it was great showing the students stepping up, that the lesson of friendship with the students stepping up, bringing every creature together. That was a great way to round out everything. A great way to round out everything. I had one other tidbit. Couldn't they have used Flurry Heart for this? I mean, who knows what putting that powerful little baby up against that evil Cozy Glow could have done. Maybe I would have gotten the M16 blast that I would have wanted, but who knows?
It would have been kind of pay off, true enough, but yeah, I think the show decided to cut their losses on Flurry Heart.
I think so, and it's a good thing. It is a good thing they did. It is a good thing they did, but at the same time, I guess it's just the curious part of me would have been like, oh, maybe we could have had a little more with her. But what can you do with a baby? What can you do with a baby that is born an alicorn anyway?
The only thing I can think of, have her go up against Cozy Glow and just be like a tactical nuke.
Thank you. That's what I would have wanted. That's what I would have wanted. Be like, hold on a minute, you have a baby who was born an alicorn. We have no idea what she'll do. We have no idea what she'll do. Who cares? Try it. Like, I don't know. Take Cozy Glow's favorite toy away, then blast.
No, not Cozy Glow's. Flurry Heart.
I mean, sorry, Flurry Heart's favorite toy, then blast. You know. Maybe that's why they didn't do it, because they knew how powerful she was, and it would have been over in 30 seconds.
30 seconds flat.
No, 10 seconds flat. No, it would have been over in 10 seconds flat.
But I also have to give credence about like the villains redesigns for well, mainly let's just talk about Queen Chrysalis for a moment and just talk about what the writers were doing with her, because I'm in love with it. I don't know why, but it's like, you just thank you. Thank you for making her design more whole, with like that whole like sort of like spider silhouette version of herself, with the lime green like heels and such, with like the creepy all piercing green eyes with no white irises. No hint of that. Like, I'm just in love with that design. Like, seriously, ah, like, I'm sorry, like for villain waifus, it's like Queen Crystal is at the very top. Sorry,
She's your
not
villain
rude.
waifu.
Yes. I'm saying it. I'm saying it. Like, I'm
All right,
sorry.
go ahead.
I'm sorry, Daybreaker. I'm sorry, Daybreaker. Even with your cool design, it's like nothing beats Chrysalis. Nothing.
Eh.
Or
Yeah, that's cool. It's cool. Everybody allowed to have a good waifu and a bad waifu and a semi-good waifu and waifu sandwich.
waifu sandwich. But yeah, and I was also kind of surprised about Cozy Glow being an alicorn for this, but it's like, yeah.
Just give me freaking nightmares. That give me freaking nightmares.
Cozy Glow, a kid with the power of all gods. Oh yeah.
How
But
do you make Cozy Glow even more evil? Turn her into an alicorn. I'm like, you, for goodness sake, you monsters went there.
the one thing I do sort of like is how it sort of foreshadows that, like, even with all this bad stuff going on, like, the main six could have probably beaten any of the individual villains, even in the superpowered form. It's just like when they teamed up is where they needed help, because they were getting ready to defeat Cozy Glow with the bell. So
they could have. This is really also good. It really showed great teamwork with all the ponies, really showcasing all of them. It showed the great teamwork, and still best fights with Starlight. Best fights with Starlight, honestly. But yeah, great showcase, great teamwork with every creature, and also with the main six and main six as well.
Mm-hmm.
But in lieu of that, that's all really I've got. Now but that's all I've got to say, because as I'm so blown away by everything here that I can't say anything else other than I try and hold back the tears for the next episode. Okay, but I've actually got to come here, so I must say adieu.
Adieu. Say goodbye.
Avi to saying goodbye. Now do I turn this thing off?
Adieu.
Avi to okay, see you guys later.
Mm-hmm. Bye, Jen. So, yeah, can we talk about pony racism? Like how that was a thing during the first part?
Yeah, although I'm not like quite so impressed by like I said, it seemed like a very softcore sort of attempt at such. Like,
yeah, they couldn't go explicit like we're just treating you very much differently, even without saying words. Like, no, but still, it's like, even if it's softcore, it's like,
I might have been like honestly more impressed if it hadn't seemed like you'd been wanting to do that for a long time and not actually like going. I mean, it like keeps floating the idea, and it always turns out to be just a very, well, because different and don't trust each other and not sure and stuff, and different and stereotypes and yeah, right. Like,
but I also gotta say, like, aside from like the kinks from like the episode, I really just feel like this coach should have gotten something for like but then again, he did pull off the epic save there at the beginning of episode 25 with the whole taunt T-Rex for his bravado and ego for like why he steals magic in the first place.
Yeah.
And that.
Okay.
And I was saying like, well, that was noble indeed. Like, it's still. I mean, I know you have to wrap things up quickly, but this court did do a big boo boo by setting all this up, even for like the best of intentions of like elevating someone's ego to or confidence like to its peak in order for them to succeed at the very start extremely well. But yeah, I just kind of felt like this court should have been punished a bit. But then again, it's like maybe it'd be like this could you might not have like your powers for like a while. Like, if you think about it like that, and like this could spend the time with like Fluttershy while not being able to perform Discordy things like that. Wouldn't that be like an interesting turnaround? And then like later on, like we could see Discord back with his magic. I mean,
Or give it to Pinkie Pie for a while.
I mean, the explosive results of that, it's like, even though I do respect Pinkie Pie, it's like, that pony could have destroyed the universe with just a single dot of frosting. We avoided Armageddon, guys. We avoided Ragnarok. But, yeah, no, more like holding in the bell. Holding into the bell until, like, it would have been, like, a good time to, like, unpunish him for that. Being like, for all that, for all you did, even for, like, the best intention, you are without your magic. And then that could have been, like, an interesting result for him. We shouldn't have put much focus on it, but at the same time, it's like, it would be something interesting to see at the end of the series. You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I guess that's really where I put my grievances at, you know? Like, I mean, like, I'm not saying, like, this is disappointing for a series finale two-parter. There's some ways this show could have ended, but I'm glad that it ended like this. I'm glad it ended like this. That's why I still give it a great rating, for my opinion.
I think it's a solid A grade, but yeah, I got, like, I floated the season 6 finale comparison before, and, like, I do think they're actually surprisingly comparable, because they did both really want to dig into something new they could do with all of these characters, like a fun sort of new challenge, new action, new like game of chess on the table, yeah, new powers that we hadn't seen before, all of that, and like their strengths really do kind of run tangential to each other. It's like, yeah, oh, season 6 finale, you're so tight, focused. Season 9 finale, you're so sprawling, epic, and it's like, yeah, season 9 really set itself up and really like dug into what we love about all of these characters versus season 6, which, yeah, just kind of loaded its new characters a couple of times and then was like, so yeah, we're just gonna do the season finale with all of them now. Don't mind, you do, don't care, good, okay. But once it did, like it, once it had its starting point, even if starting point involved the changelings win because we say they do, because we don't want to actually have to think of a way, because shut up. But yeah, once it did that, it like, I mean, it really locked on to what it was doing, and like, I mean, it had as much fun as it possibly could with the 4 new protagonists, and really tried to dig into what was, yeah, on the table with them, what they were, like their growth, their character arcs. It every single step of the conflict, it's like it thought it out, like, okay, what is a good way for these two parties to be trying to get the best of each other and advancing each step. And I mean, it did not cop out on any step until it did at the very, very end, arguably. But yeah, that versus the season 9 finale, like I said, it like, it set itself up ahead of time, like all of these things, the disharmony, the school, the arc of Twilight, even if it kind of made like it wanted to pretend that all the Flanderizing, no, that was actually Twilight setting up her biggest and final flaw to overcome and whatever. But I mean, even after all that, though, like, it's, for as much as it had some really cool payoff ideas for everyone, like, there were still blind spots, like, yeah, the main 6 have never really overcome a challenge that was just Discord. It's like hell, that isn't compelling even a second, because we know it's total BS. That the prejudice, like, they had to kind of speed that along a little bit. It was something else I had as an example. I'm not sure it's gonna come back like right off the top of my head. The I don't know, I mean, like the chess game, you could accuse the trying to get the bell and whatnot. You could accuse it of being like a little bit rushed in places, but like in the end, both of them end up feeling like really good A-grade episodes that really gave us something we don't have from any other source, because they're both like kind of opposite approaches to really dig into ways to have fun and give us, what we love about all of these characters. And I mean, I guess if I get that best list done, they're going to be real close on the rankings. But I guess of the two, the tight plotting of the season 6 finale, or at least, well, they both had their highs and lows. I think if I compared the highest highs, it would maybe go to the season 6 finale, just because at the peak of the conflict with that real tight plotting, I was maybe more into that one. But I mean, it's almost preference at that point, because their strengths and weaknesses are so clear, and they're both pretty appreciable strengths. Just can't get this kind of thing from every episode, because not every episode tries this hard or comes out this inspired. So, granted, I think that both of them are like almost smack in the middle of two-parters and how good they are. Like they're A grades, they're the true successes. But like I would maybe take said Twilight's Kingdom, and that, for example, I would maybe take over these.
But I think I agree with what
Tira did absorb literally all the magic in Twilight's Kingdom. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think I have to agree. My thoughts on these two episodes are, I guess, what pretty aligned with what Carlos said. Where, I feel this is one of the better two-parter finales. It really does feel good. However, there are flaws within it. I feel it feels like a weird transition from the first episode to the second episode. I think it's just because they spend so much time basically before, the shit hits the fan, metaphorically. It's not really till the last 8 minutes of the first episode that everything starts to go bad, and then
I didn't like the very the early part of the first episode. It felt kind of slow.
I feel like basically right when Discord literally came crawling up to him, it's basically
that's where it picks up. Yeah.
No, I say no. When he comes crawling up, I feel like the bad guy sort of struck basically less than a minute after that, within seconds, really, preferably. I made a boo boo. It's what kind? Boom. In the background is that kind. And then
got organized head-to-head battles, which were kind of cool to see. If they'd gone, I made a boo boo. What boo boo? Us. That's what. It couldn't have been anything but a curb stomp. Seen curb stomps, they don't take much effort to write.
The whole thing with Discord that whole part with Discord being consoled, that was pretty good.
Being,
in the first episode, we were confronted by everyone else. It's in the first half of the first episode.
Are you sure consoled is the word you mean, though? Because
I don't know. Confronted?
That might. Yeah. I think I might know what you mean, but chastised or one step stronger than chastised. Let me thesaurus. I'll get back to you.
Right.
Anyway, for as much as the pillars maybe got a little shortchanged for the crap. I mean, considering that they're supposed to be one step above, or no, not one. They're supposed to be 1/3 of the final friendship ring boom. They maybe they got it light, but the student 6. I mean, that was I will say a pretty powerful payoff with them in its own right. And how about castigated, by the way, as the for what they do to Discord?
I will say, that that moment in the second episode, that part with all the self-doubt of the third act, that whole thing with Twilight and the Crystal Castle.
Empire.
That part, I didn't really like it because we had so many moments of that, the exact scene so many times in the series that it just doesn't really stand out as anything. It doesn't do anything different to sort of reflect it, to make it better. It just falls flat. It falls flat as like stale or something.
I mean, then again, that's because of like the show being long running as it was, and how many times like they felt like a concluding with the self-doubt. Like, let's see, let's talk about season 3. Let's talk about season 4. Let's talk about I don't know, say season 5, then 7, then 9. Oh no, then 8, then 9. Yeah.
Almost what you're saying there, because I mean, it's like, totally the like Twilight's character arc. I mean, they started to address her stressing out about everything, going all Twily nanas in season 3, stuff like that, and then season 4, it's like, okay, she just had possibly the best day of her life. I mean, there's not going to be bad days for a while, but it was like everybody started dropping the Mary Sue complaint, because that's a popular complaint to drop right now, and then, it's like the writers, this is what I think might be aware of what its fan base says sometimes, but yeah, like they heard that, and they started like trying to compensate for it by flanderizing her, and then the final season comes along, something has to be the final arc, the final everything, so they're like, oh, well, Twilight going all Twilight nanas, that's her main character arc, that's what we've been building up to. I'm like, oh, you mean again? And then, well, again, might be overstating it, but it's like, you don't buy that was a character arc the whole time. That was them trying to squeeze more yucks out of the Lesson 0 gag that got a good reaction back in the day. It's like, here it's like, yeah, nice try, but I mean, it really does feel like you're pulling this out.
You know what I think they could have made it better is that if they came to an agreement where they said, oh, okay, this is gonna certainly lead to our death, but you know what, let's just go in and just do something like the best thing that we can come up with and see what happens. I think that sort of feeling might have been better than just what they had originally. I don't know.
But as in, like, heck with what the fan base says, we're gonna do. Or am I misunderstanding?
I don't know. I'm still trying to think about it.
I mean, which honestly, I don't know, like what to think of at the very, very end of everything being said and done. I don't know how much I can speculate on that, because it's like the very last episode still hasn't happened yet. But I mean, whatchamacallit, the vision for this show, I mean, it's changed writers so many times, in a way I almost sympathize with the season 9 writers. It's like, I mean, you almost have to make up a new one. It's not the person who knew what they wanted to do with this starting out, and it's, what can you say? That's probably why the fan base's vision for these characters started to take over, almost to the point where it seemed like the show was self-conscious about them. But I mean, I expected stuff like, oh, we're gonna have to pretend that what we've been focusing on for the last 4 seasons, that each time switched who the showrunner was. We're gonna have to pretend that the cohesive vision has been a final character arc for Twilight, to building up to her taking over. But I mean, I will say, like, how they, I mean, they made about as good a stab as you could expect at that. How they played the characters and the conflict within that, I think, like we're all saying, this episode was a lot of fun, and I think, yeah, that's why they pulled that off pretty well. They, again, trying to not weave the keep out, like, to not make it a question of the final episode, but yeah, like, I think they came up with a pretty good episode. Like, that, I'm sure there were, I mean, maybe if they set something a little stronger up ahead of time, even though that's sure asking a lot, maybe it could have been stronger still. But yeah, I kind of with the people who say this is at least the top half of episodes, of two-part episodes. Like, actually, interesting question maybe to pose. Like, where would you rank this episode, everybody, on your list of all two-parters? Because there's been one two-parter, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I would say it's probably fighting somewhere like between the third and the fifth spot, something like that.
Wait, this two-parter?
10.
Yeah, like it's above the halfway, like it's way, but it's not in the top. Like my top 3 two-parters.
There's, what, 14 two-parters, I think.
I'd say it's really close to the top for me. Like,
yeah. No, that's what I'm saying.
At least top 3.
I would say top. I would definitely say top 5 for sure, but not top 3.
Yeah, like, okay, if I go with what I was saying before, that the season 6 finale, even though it's basically a tie, is like, if I count that one as slightly ahead, then I
just have to rewatch everything to get my bearings.
I know, that's what I was saying. It's so hard to give.
I could seriously give a recommendation for like this two-part. Like, it's definitely better than Shadow Play. But
I think Shadow Play is a little underrated. I think that it dug into the lore, like, I mean, the lore, because Lewis and Sonko for that whole season. I think they made it play off there. It felt pretty rich that way, and like just material, and like there was a lot of meat on that episode's bones. So.
Like, I definitely appreciate Shadow Play. Like, I went and said, like, Shadow Play was my favorite two-parter. Like, before, like, it's definitely there. Like, I said, it's not as, like, I think.
I'd have to. Okay, yeah. Looking through it, I think there's been about what was it, like 14 two-parters, and I might put this one in like 7. Yeah, I like Chancelot Wedding and Twilight's Kingdom a little better. I like Friendship is Magic better. I like Shadow Play and Return of Harmony maybe a little bit better. And I like To Where and Back Again about the same, maybe like a hair better. But yeah, like this, I mean, it's like it had a lot of fun with the characters. It found like interesting, exciting things for them to do. It left some blind spots in there that made it less compelling. So like yeah, like I think that makes for a solid A grade, but the two-parters, or at least starting out, like they had a habit of being like A pluses. So
yeah, that's what I said. Like this is, I feel, in the better, pretty well in a decent half. Like I said, the 3 to 5 spot wouldn't be surprised. but like I still like feel like the doesn't really compare to like the original sort of three. Like at least I feel Cancel Wedding still is higher. Like Discord, I feel would still be higher, even though it had flaws. And maybe even the original episode I think would be higher for me too. So it's like
the original episode has some of my favorite characterization in the series. Yeah. And then, but yeah, it's like I said before, like I think this episode's real comparable to Where and Back Again. Like a lot of like some exciting, enthusiastic plotting that was excited to dig into these characters and do something new with them, and then just like maybe had a couple of things holding it back against a lot that it did right.
Is it good as a finale, though?
it's not a real finale. That's sort of a setup to the finale.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, that's where this next episode might be interesting.
The next episode is more of an epilogue, though.
Yeah, but at the same time,
technically, but I mean, well, okay, I'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. There's no way I can like say what I think should appropriately be said otherwise.
Yeah.
I just like I can't wait to talk about that episode.
Me neither.
But yeah, this episode definitely was like a highlight of like my viewing experience as a brony. Like I even saw like a YouTuber by the name of the next big thing talk about how great it was for like a conclusion, like a two-parter here. And I'm like, wow. Even like non-brony reviewers are just talking about like how good of a conclusion it was compared to certain other series. I feel very honored and esteemed to hear that for our show.
Too.
You know,
yeah.
But this definitely was like a wake up call for like any old fan who was like loved the show. They could just come back to this episode, even if they get confused about like where did these plots and characters come from, and just be like, no, this is basically like the Avengers Endgame movie for Friendship and Magic. Appreciate what you've been given to, fans. Because, like, these writers, at the very least, try to give us a big bang, and they mostly succeeded on that. So I thank you.
All right, I guess any other final thoughts before we end this 2/3 of a finale, or finale, then the epilogue?
Definitely in my top 30 episodes. I think that, season 9, this is, like, I mean, I was starting to have my doubts because, like, only 3 episodes ago, I think great episodes were starting to seem few, far between, and, yeah, marginal, even as great episodes go, and then hitting us with this and Big Mac question, like, bravo. Like, that made season 9 at least a worthy season, Talk more about how that continues to change after the next one.
All right, any other final thoughts before we tune out?
No.
Nah.
All right, and we're up. See y'all next time for the finale. Might be like 2 weeks or so, but
yeah,
we'll see. See y'all.
Yeah. This is Guy Metal Gator signing off.